Hello and welcome to the Book Smoke. So today I will be doing a review of the Scorch Trials by James Dashner. So this is the second book in the Maze Runner trilogy. I love these covers and the spines, because on the spines it says what book it is. Sorry about there might be a little bit of glare or glint, and that's from that light which you can see here. Um, yeah, so this book basically picks up right where the first book, The Maze Runner, left off. So Thomas and his Glader friends have made it out of the maze, and then they're taken to a building, and they are told by a guy called Ratman that they have all been in that. Okay, so they are told by Ratman that the world outside is a desolate and barren and horrible wasteland, and it's overrun by these people called cranks, which have been infected with the flare by the solar flares that destroyed the world in the first place. Um, and he tells them that they have all been also infected with the flare. But he says that there is hope. He gives them 2 weeks to get across the wasteland, also known as the Scorch, hence the title. But yeah, he gives them 2 weeks to get across this wasteland, and they'll find a place called a safe haven where there will be a cure and they'll all be okay. So that's really what happens in this story. I didn't expect this installment to be as action packed and as thrilling as the first book, The Maze Runner, but it really was. It was really fast paced. There was a lot of action, especially when they come into contact with the cranks and the guys that are infected by the flare. And yeah, it was pretty action packed. I didn't expect that. Towards the middle, it got a little bit slow, but it was still it picked up, and the chapters of this book are so short. Seriously, like chapter 31 starts on page 178 and finishes on page 183. Sorry. So yeah, chapters are really short, which also helps the book and the story flow better as well. Um, yeah, and I mean, what I will say is, yes, I enjoyed this book. Did it add enough to this overall arc of the series? In my opinion, no. I know there are people who will disagree with that, but that's just my opinion. I don't think it added. The only thing that James did in this book which helped with the story arc was how letting us find out more about his and Teresa's and Aris's involvement in setting up the trials and setting up the variables and all that stuff. That's really all we got from the book, to be honest. I mean, not that that's a bad thing, it's a good thing, but I don't know whether the rest of what happened in this. If you've read this, you'll know. Well, I hope you'll understand what I'm saying. But like I said, not saying it's a bad book because I loved it much more than The Maze Runner, which I didn't expect, but I really did. And I'm extremely excited to carry on with The Death Cure, which I don't know if I'm going to read next. I mean, this book was almost 400 pages. Yeah, 359. So the next book I know is under 300 pages, which I'm not sure I don't know if that's a good thing or not. But I have a friend who's read all of these and said they're the only one they didn't like was the Kill Order, the prequel, because they said it didn't really do anything. It didn't, it's supposed to explain all that stuff about how they got there, why they're there, all that stuff. But apparently that didn't happen in the Kill Order. But anyway, yes. So I'm excited to carry on with the series. I don't know if I'm going to pick it up now, but I really wanted to read this before the movie comes out, which is pretty soon. I think it's September this year. So yes, now that I've read this, I can watch the movie and see how it compares to the book, which often is not much. You know, a lot of the time it doesn't really compare to the book because the book's always better. But I am excited to carry on. Like I said, I don't know if I'm going to carry on yet. I'm thinking about picking up Immortal City by Scott Spear or something else. I'm not sure, but you know, we shall see. Anyway, yes, that is my review of The Scorch Trials by James Dashner, Book 2 in the Maze Runner series. Let me know what you thought of this book, if you liked it, or if you're kind of on the fence about picking it up. Let me know, and I'll talk to you about it. And yeah, I mean, that's it really. Thank you for watching this video. I will leave a link to my Toast Pop review down below. So if you could go check that out, there's kind of a tiny bit more in depth in that review. Um, yeah, so there you go. If you like this video, please like. If you wish, you may subscribe, and I will see you again soon. Goodbye.